My name is Janice Sheree, and I am the CEO and founder of Janice Sheree LLC. And today I just wanted to come and do a morning holy yoga flow for you. And I wanted to start us off by reading a scripture. So if you could just find a comfortable seated position, whatever that means to you, and I'll show you really quickly before I read the verse. So this is a comfortable seated position. If you have to sit with your legs out because of your knees, that's a comfortable seated position. Whatever works for you, I want you to get in that position. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to let your shoulders be down and back, and your spine be nice and long. And I just want you to begin breathing. Begin inhaling through your nose, exhaling out of your mouth. And just let your body lead you in that breathing as I read this verse. So Psalms 86, 11 through 12 in the Message says, "Train me, God, to walk straight. Then I will follow your true path. Put me together, one heart and mind. Then undivided, I will worship in joyful fear. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you, dear Lord. I've never kept secret what you're up to. You've always been great towards me. What love." And I'm going to read that once more, and I just want you to think about what stands out to you in these verses. So again, Psalms 86, 11 through 12 in the Message reads, "Train me, God, to walk straight. Then I will follow you. Then I will follow your true path. Put me together, one heart and mind. Then undivided, I will worship in joyful fear. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you, dear Lord. I've never kept secret what you're up to. You've always been great towards me. What love." These verses stand out so much to me because I am always wanting to be aligned with what God desires for me to do from day to day, from hour to hour, in this life, in my calling. And I'm always saying, God, make sure that my mind, body, and spirit are aligned with you. And, you know, yoga means to yoke or join or to unite. And when we do holy yoga, we come to the mat and we yoke or join or unite with God, with his Holy Spirit, with what he's speaking to us. We meet Jesus on that mat. And I truly believe that we become one with whatever his plan is for us, with whatever he wants to speak to us, whatever his words are for us that day. I believe that through our practice, we can become one with what he's speaking to us, and we can let every single thing else go. And so I want you to think about in your practice today, as you do this session, where are you divided concerning what God has spoken to you? Concerning what God wants you to do? Concerning what God has asked you to do, what he's leading you to do? Where is there division? And I want you to repeat over and over in your heart, put me together, one heart and mind. Then undivided, I'll worship you in joyful fear. Let's get started. So we're going to stay in that seated pose. And we're going to go from there. And I just want you to follow my lead. And if something is hard for your body, I'll offer suggestions throughout the practice of other things that you may do that will be helpful for you. But just follow what I do. Just follow as best as you can. Just follow what I do. So we're going to stay in this seated pose. Our shoulders are going to be down and back. We're going to sit up nice and tall. as if a balloon, the string of a balloon is lifting. As the balloon lifts to the sky, we're going to sit up nice and tall. And we're just going to take some cleansing breaths. So we're going to inhale through our nose. Exhale, making a loud, ha sound. And I normally close my eyes during my practice because it helps me to focus on Christ and nothing else. But you could keep your eyes open if you feel safer with your eyes open. That's completely okay. So let's do that breath 2 more times. So inhale through your nose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So I want you to make sure you're sitting up nice and tall, and we're going to do a seated twist. So a seated twist, you're going to take your right hand, you're going to place it on your left knee. But first, you're going to make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Take that right hand, place it on your left knee. Take your left hand, place it flat on the mat, as close to your buttocks as you can get. And then once you're up nice and tall, you're going to twist to your left. Make sure you're continuing to breathe in your twist. So inhale, stretching up nice and tall. Exhale, twist even deeper. Come back around. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Place your left hand on your right knee. Your right hand flat behind you, close to your buttocks. Inhale up nice and tall. Exhale. One more twist. So inhale up nice and tall. Exhale, twist even deeper. Come back around. Let's just inhale in. Exhale out of your nose. So important to learn to be present in the moments of your yoga session. To be present, not just rush through, not just feel like you have to do the poses perfectly. You won't see me doing poses perfectly. You won't see me being perfect at all. But you will see me present and really just enjoying this session and truly open to hear what God is speaking to me. You have to be present to hear God in the now. Your mind has to be in this place. So what exactly is God speaking and pressing upon you as you just sit with him and breathe with him? He speaks in such a simple language to us. But I think we want to overcomplicate it because we want more. We're thinking he's going to tell us more. But a lot of times his commands are very simple for us to follow. So I want you to come into cow face pose. And so what cow face pose is, you're going to take your left knee, and you do it as simple as possible. If you have bad knees and you can't do this, I want you to stay in seated position. I want you to stay here in seated position. But if you can, you're going to take your left knee and you're going to fold it in close to you. Almost like a front shape of a V. So you're going to fold it in close to you, and you're going to take your right knee and you're going to stack those knees, and it's going to be a V as well. So this is cow face pose. We're going to bring our hands into prayer position. And I just want you to breathe here. So just inhale in. And I just want you to think, where are you divided concerning what God is saying? We're going to do 2 more breaths here. If you're in seated pose, just continue to breathe. You can do that seated twist again. But it is okay if that's the position you're still in. 1 more breath. So we're going to unfold our legs. And if you're in seated, I want you to do so as well. And we're just going to shake them out. Just going to shake them out because we've already been in 2 seated positions. And we want to keep our blood circulating, our blood flowing through our legs. So now we're going to take our right leg and we're going to fold it in close to us in that V shape. We're going to take our left leg and we're going to do the same. So that V shape, your knees are stacked. And we're going to sit back, place our hands in that prayer pose, making sure we're sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to breathe. God, help us to have one heart and one mind with you. So that we are undivided. In the English Standard Version, it says, so that we are united with you. And we may worship you in joyful fear. I want you to have one heart, one mind, and one spirit with God this morning as you start your day. Hearing how he wants to prepare you, because honestly, he's gone before you in this day. So he knows what's waiting for you. And if we could just sit with him, even if we don't know what's ahead, in our spirit, he can strengthen us for everything that we will face. 2 more breaths. So we're going to straighten those legs out again. And we're just going to shake them out. We're going to shake them out, keep our blood circulating. And we're going to go into Cobbler Pose. So in Cobbler Pose, you're going to put the soles of your feet together. And we're going to bend forward, and you don't have to, as I said, you guys do what feels best for your body this morning. I'm going to show you some poses. You can follow me to the best of your ability. But if you're not comfortable doing those things, if these are not comfortable for you, listen to your body. You do not want injury. So listen to your body and do what your body is allowing for this morning. So Cobbler Pose is your knees are spread out. The soles of your feet are together. And I'm going to ask you to grab the bottoms of your toes and your feet. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale up. So we're up nice and tall, and we're just going to fold forward. And it's not going to be a beautiful fold forward where our backs are flat. I want you to round into this as you exhale. So inhale up. And then just round forward. You should feel a really good stretch in your inner thighs. And if you want to, you can inhale up, stretching forward, and round even deeper. Keeping your shoulders down and back, making sure you're continuing to breathe. We're going to do 3 more breaths here. We're going to inhale back up. And what we're going to do is we're going to come onto our knees. We're going to flex our feet on the mat. So our toes are flexed on the mat. And what we're going to do is we're going to come into puppy pose. So puppy pose is you're going to put your forearms on the mat and you're going to just lean forward. It's kind of like child's pose, but you're on your knees. And you should feel a good stretch in your spine. We're going to breathe for 5 breaths here. So from puppy pose, you're going to bring your arms until they're under your shoulders. We're going to lift up. And we're going to come right into down dog. And this will be your first down dog, so it's okay if your legs are stiff. I always say bend your knees. Make sure your shoulders are down and back and your back is nice and long. You should be pushing your butt up into the air. So it is okay if your knees are bent like this. What we want is the correct posture and not just this perfect pose where our legs are straight but our back is like this. We want to stretch that back in this pose. So keep your knees bent if that's what you need this morning. And actually, as you breathe, begin to walk those legs out. Give them a good stretch. Continue to inhale and exhale. So we're going to look through our arms, looking straight forward, and we're going to come into a high lunge. So we're going to take our left leg, and we're going to go into a one-leg down dog first. We're going to bring it up to cheetah, arching our back, and we're going to sit that left leg by our left hand and go into high lunge. Breathe here. Don't let that knee drop in that right leg. Keep that inner thigh engaged. Keep that right leg engaged in your lunge. 2 more breaths. And I'm actually going to get on myself. Don't let your chest rest on that left leg either. Keep your entire body engaged in this lunge. So we're going to stretch right up and we're going to go into Warrior 2. So Warrior 2, our right foot is going to be pointed out. Our left foot is going to be pointed forward. And we're going to bring our arms out. You can look at the tips of your fingers. You can find a spot in the space in front of you. You want to make sure that left knee is over that ankle. Two more breaths here. Now we're going to straighten that leg. We're going to bring this right leg forward some. We're going to straighten that leg. turn our right leg forward. And we're gonna go into triangle pose. And we're just gonna bend down in triangle pose. You may need a block, whatever it may be, but we're just gonna bend forward. And if you're like right here, that's okay. We wanna keep that back nice and long. So from triangle pose, we're gonna do a sun salutation. So we're gonna push our left leg back. We're gonna do a chaturanga. You can drop your knees first if needed. We're gonna do up dog, inhaling. We're gonna do down dog. And down dog should feel a little better for you this time. You can still walk those legs out, inhaling and exhaling. And what you're gonna do is just that opposite side. So we're gonna kick that leg up, that right leg this time. Bring it through to cheetah. Lift up nice and high. Sit that right foot down. Keep that left leg engaged, that knee up. Keep that chest up, looking forward. One more breath. Inhale up to warrior two. That left foot is out. Your right foot is forward. That right knee is over that right ankle. Your arms are out. You can look towards your right fingertips. Two more breaths. We're going to bring that left leg forward a little more. We're going to turn that right foot forward, which you can leave your left foot out as well, but I think it gives it more of a stretch and triangle when it's forward. And we're going to fold forward, keeping that back straight. Stopping wherever is needed. Forward folds are really, really yummy for your digestive system. It strengthens the muscles around those digestive organs, and not only that, but it improves circulation around them. So from here, what we're going to do is step that left leg forward. We're going to fold forward, halfway lift, placing your hands on your shins. Your back is flat, you're looking forward. Exhale, fold forward again. And I want you to take your hands and grab your opposite elbows and just let your head be heavy. You can sway side to side here if needed. Just continue to breathe. So we're going to drop those hands. We're going to turn our feet to the side. We're going to spread them apart. And we're going to come into a yogi squat, which means we're just sitting back. 3 breaths. Once more. Now let's go to that seated position. Finally, y'all, my knees pop with everything. You'll hear me popping throughout my classes. You'll probably hear your bones popping as well, and that's okay. We're going to do a seated forward fold, and then we're going to go into some final positions to calm our body down, get our blood circulating, making sure we're breathing normally, and end our session. So in a seated forward fold, you're going to make sure your feet are flat. You're going to sit up nice and tall. You're going to inhale your arms up, and you're going to fold forward, hinging at your hips, ensuring your back stays straight and you stop wherever that is. Exhale. So inhale, nice and long, creating space. Exhale, and when you find your edge, you can then round over. Continue to breathe. Two more breaths. We're going to inhale up, and we're going to come flat on our backs. And I want you to come flat on, I want you to put your soles of your feet on the mat, and I want you to roll back slowly. So your shoulders should be the last thing that touch the mat. We're going to come into bridge pose. So you're going to put the soles of your feet flat on the mat, and you're going to bring your heels as close to your butt as possible. So in bridge pose, you're going to use your feet to lift your body up. So you can either go here, or you can go here and you can roll your shoulders under. Whatever is comfortable for your body. You should be pressing up from the soles of your feet. Exhale, lowering down. We're going to go into a shoulder stand. And so in a shoulder stand, you're going to take your hands, kick your feet straight up, and just breathe. This is letting the blood flow back to your brain. From your shoulder stand, you're going to drop one vertebrae at a time onto your mat. And you're going to do legs up the wall. And you can get up against the wall if needed. Your feet are flexed. I just want you to bring your knees and give yourself a nice hug. And then come into that final resting pose. Your feet are flared out to each side. Your arms are by your side. Your hands are up. Let your body lead you in breathing. Find your breath. however you began this session, you now feel at one with God. Whatever he's leading you to do in this season, in this day, just trust him. A lot of times we try to figure out so many things around the instructions that God has given us. But just trust him with the instruction. And trust that he's figured out every single thing else as well. You guys can stay in that resting pose for as long as possible. Thank you for joining our Just 10 Holy Yoga YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.